Hi, my name is Luke Attar and I'm doing my speech on obesity. Obesity is a major problem in the United States. It is a condition that is associated with having an excess of body fat defined by genetic and environmental factors that are difficult to control when dieting. It is classified as having a body mass index, or also known as a BMI, of 30 or greater. BMI is a tool used to measure the obesity of someone. Having obesity increases your risk of developing related conditions such as diabetes, hypertension, sleep apnea, and that's just to name a few. Many individuals are affected by obesity and not even aware of it. Being overweight has more harmful effects than smoking. Children in America are also being affected by this epidemic. On top of all that, fast food is also playing a huge role in Americans' health issues. Obesity has a negative effect on Americans' health. That is why it's a major issue in our society, because of how many lives it affects every day. The United States is leading the world for having the most obese people in the world, or in the country. During the past year, adult obesity rates increased in 23 states and did not decrease in a single state. Mississippi is the leading state as far as overweight goes, with about 32% of the adult population being obese for the fifth year in a row. The states that were not too far behind with obesity rates, still over 30%, were Alabama, West Virginia, and Tennessee. In at least 30 states, obesity rates are over 25% and over 20% in 49 states. Colorado continues to have the lowest rate, with 18% of population being obese. This information is from 2009, and obesity rates are still rising in this country. According to research from 2011, obesity has increased to 50% of the adult population in the country, so this means that 2 out of 4 adults are overweight or obese. Obesity accounts for about 1 of 10 deaths in America a year. According to 2007-2008 research, the age-adjusted prevalence of obesity is 32.2% among men and 35.5% among women. The prevalence of obesity increases with age, but even among adults aged 20 to 39, 27.5% of men and 34% of women are obese. The rates are highest for non-Hispanic black men at 37.3% and non-Hispanic black women at 49.6%. Obesity is defined under estimated in our country that it is something we all need to take more seriously. Americans need to know that they need to change their unhealthy lifestyles to make a difference. In today's society, people criticize other people for being overweight and make a point that you are attractive if you are skinny. But at the same time, that can go both ways, because it's also common for people to judge someone that is too skinny. Preteens and teenage girls in 2015 have way more body issues than girls used to have because of the way society views weight now. Body image is very important for everyone in today's culture. Eating disorders are also very common among women trying to get that perfect body figure. There are new craze diets that are very unhealthy and sometimes require skipping meals, which is a big red flag in health. There are many contributions to obesity. Fast food is one of the major ones. If there's a fast food restaurant less than 1 mile away from a school, obesity rates at the school tend to be a little higher, about 2%. Fast food chains are trying to help the country deal with this epidemic. In 2012, fast food restaurants started adding the nutrition values on their menus. Since this is more recent information, there isn't any data saying this has helped Americans close to health Americans choose the healthier options. Also, some fast food chains are making their kids' menu healthier. For example, Burger King has gotten rid of the option of having pop with kids' meals. McDonald's is now putting apples and a smaller fry with their kids' meals. The fact that the food chains are trying to help America make the healthier choice, but they can only do so much until the decision making is up to the customer. Genetics can also play a role in factors that can lead to being overweight. Scientists have so far identified 5 factors that consistently predict greater weight gain: low muscle mass, low overall fitness, low levels of testosterone, being less responsive to the fullness hormones leptin, and burning less fat in the diet directly as fuel. Scientists also have stated that people who have the better gene than the obesity-prone people have a better metabolism, so when they are sleeping, they can burn more fat. In a study done by scientists at the University of Colorado, they found that people with a higher metabolism rate could eat unhealthy and stay just as active, while obesity-prone people who had unhealthy felt very tired and sluggish after they ate these foods. Scientists are still researching the relationship between genetics and obesity. Overall, scientists agree that even if you do have the obesity-prone genes, it doesn't mean you have to be overweight. There are many simple things you can do to live a healthier lifestyle. For example, eating a healthier diet or exercising more frequently. Another very popular topic in this country is tobacco, and I was interested in the comparison of that and being overweight. Obesity is actually worse than smoking tobacco. It's amazing that smoking tobacco has lower health effects than being obese. Since smoking tobacco is something everyone was taught to be the worst thing to do, actually isn't. Obesity is now a bigger overall threat to people's health than smoking. According to results of the longest continuing health study of adults in the United States, obesity causes as much or more diseases than tobacco, says the study conducted by researchers from Columbia University at the City College of New York. They added that while smoking rates are starting to decline, obesity now shortens as many or even more healthier lifespans than tobacco use. Smoking can lead to more deaths, but obesity leads to more illness. So there's a give and take there. Also, between 1998 and 2008, smoking in the United States has decreased 19%, while obesity has risen a total of 85% in those just 10 years. Many people are unaware that obesity can lead to cancer. People mostly think about heart disease and diabetes. Researchers have found that certain cancers can be caused by weight gain. Colon cancers, postmenopausal, breast cancers, kidney cancers, and cancers of the esophagus could be prevented by avoiding weight gain. For obese women, their chances of getting breast cancer are higher. Increased BMI seems to be associated with increased breast cancer risk in postmenopausal women, whereas an inverse relationship has been found between weight and breast cancer in the premenopausal group. More importantly, all the available treatment for breast cancer, such as surgery, radiation, and hormones, may be negatively impacted by a high BMI. Overweight men have a risk of getting prostate cancer as well. Obesity affects the heart a great deal. Obesity can lead to heart disease, high blood pressure, diabetes, high cholesterol, and other things. Young adults who are obese for 2 decades or more double the risk of developing a heart disease in middle age. According to a government research, 3 out of 4 adults will have either diabetes or heart disease by 2030. They believe this will be so high because of the amount of Americans that are obese today. Diabetes is another major health risk that obesity can lead in a very common health concern across the U.S. Obesity is linked to type 2 diabetes, which has increased at an alarming rate in societies which have a Western lifestyle. These are societies that eat more food, including more fatty and highly refined carbohydrates. They usually get a lot of less exercise as they use cars or buses, and they have higher stress levels because they live in urban areas, which are more anonymous and have less social support. A big issue with an obese person developing diabetes is that insulin can increase your weight. Some people are also insulin resistant. It is estimated that about 50% of patients could prevent diabetes through weight management, and obese patients can reduce the risk of developing diabetes by 50% if they lose 5 kilograms. That was a study done in Northern Ireland. There has been weight loss medicine on the market to help overweight people lose weight faster so they can treat their diabetes, but many of these medicines have been taken off the market due to them causing other health risks on top of it. Childhood obesity is the number one health issue for American kids. The percentage of obese or overweight children is above 30% in 30 states. Childhood obesity rates have more than tripled since 1980. Nearly 1 in 3 children from 2 to 19 are overweight. There are many solutions to what we should do to help this and lower this epidemic. A poll in 2006 by Research America found that Many Americans believe that it should be up to the parent to deal with the child's weight. Others believe that the public schools should help with this issue and not just the parents. In my opinion, school lunches should become healthier and more amount of time for exercising. There's already have been ways to help this epidemic. Michelle Obama campaign for a healthier America has improved school lunches in many states. In Indiana, many schools have gotten rid of selling pop, candy, and other junk food in the vending machines. Also, they are making sure students have milk, meat, and a fruit or vegetable on their tray before they sit down to eat. Many states are having elementary students also have gym class twice a week as well, while middle and high school students are required to have at least a semester of gym class. This was the same in my school growing up as well. Parents are trying to convince administrators to allow more recess time in and outside the classroom, and Americans are focusing on ways to improve children's health, which is helping, but not as much as Americans hoped it would, and as fast as well. Children are at a higher risk than ever before to develop heart disease at a younger age because more children are obese. A new study finds striking evidence that children who are obese or have high cholesterol show early warning signs of heart disease. The study, presented at the American Health Association conference in New Orleans, found that the thickness of artery walls of children and teenagers who are obese or have high cholesterol resemble the thickness of artery walls of an average 40-year-old. In conclusion to all this, obesity is a major issue in the United States. About half of the adult population is either overweight or obese. Childhood obesity rates are rising to about 30% of children in 30 states. Childhood obesity is also leading to children having heart disease and diabetes at a young age. Some things that contribute to people being obese is genetics, which scientists are still researching to get a better understanding of. Fast food restaurants are also a factor in people being obese, but fast food chains are trying to improve their menus. A study at New York College found that smoking tobacco has less health effects than being obese. That's really surprised me. Heart disease is a major health effect for adults who are obese, and also obese people are a higher risk for getting type 2 diabetes, which is a problem because obesity is an insulin resistant. So some of the people who get to type 2 diabetes will not be able to receive treatment. Overall, obesity is a huge problem in today's culture. After researching all of the health issues and ways it connects to our society, I definitely plan on living a healthier lifestyle. I also think if Americans knew the statistics, obesity rates would drop in our countries. Americans would live a healthier lifestyle. Thank you.